play more.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night D&D with DM Kalsto.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for that sub, Sin. Too bad you weren't one more away. It's your number 99. I got one more to get hit 100 followers. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
Doesn't get me anything, but it's cool.
What do you say,
It
Sin?
gets you one follower.
You want to add it on or no?
Do what?
I'm still reading it. I'll whisper to you.
Okay, good. Now, unrelated question. All right, so we'll kind of pick up right where we left off last time because really, you've reached the point at which you kind of got to figure out what you're going to do next and how you're going to get there. You can stay, you can go, but I leave it up to you. Let's open the map. You're still currently in Def's bedroom.
We hit the world self-destruct button.
And Def had run off to the comic shop.
You hit the reset button.
So,
Hey, Def's
what's
bedroom is
wrong
pretty
with
black.
this mansion?
Wait, what?
So, what's wrong with his mansion?
It's hard to explain. So much.
Looks around the room. Was it also full of figures?
You know, I didn't get too far. All I'll say is I have way more respect for you than he does.
Smiles. And I'll glance down to the mirror. So, think he's gonna be able to help?
You never know with Soren.
Well, worth giving him a call at least. If nothing else, he might be able to tell us what exactly is going on.
We did save his wizard. I'd say he owes us one.
Let's hope he feels that way. Though I think the curiosity is more what might get him.
Who's currently holding the mirror?
I believe Deft is the one with the mirror.
Oh, I thought Ari had it. Yeah, no, I'll,
No, Deft handed it to you, and then Ari pulled out hers and compared the two.
I'll just kind of hold it up, start tapping on the glass. How do you turn this on?
I think you just kind of like think of Soren, and that's how I've been using them.
I just have to ask the question for my own visualization. Did you shake that mirror, Deft?
Oh, absolutely. I hold it up to get a better signal.
Just go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Oh, look, you rolled Leah's modifier.
You kind of see like a fuzzy image in it. Roll an investigation check at disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, that's That's a 23.
You really have a plus 14 investigation.
Yeah,
Rogues.
all my expertise abilities are insane.
Yep. I recall. Missed having you around, Def. Missed having you around. Yeah. So you go ahead, you look inside. Let me whisper this one to you, and you can react however you will.
I immediately turn the mirror around and I look at Ari and I start sweating.
What is it?
Hopefully this is not the one that I know.
Deft.
Uh,
As you hold the mirror away, do you hold it like down, or are you holding it like on the table?
I'm just holding it out.
Who's it pointing towards?
Well, right now, Jambo, because Jambo's like, whew.
Yeah, no, it's technically facing Jambo.
He's like waving.
Maybe you want to take this one?
So grab the mirror. Is it who I think it is?
Probably not.
Oh. Okay. So take a look at the mirror.
Roll an Arcana check. It's kind of like when you walk out of range on like a bad Wi-Fi call, and it just didn't carry over. And as you kind of go to look, it looks like the mirror cut out. You can try to use it again, obviously. There's not really a limitation so much.
There's no one there.
Oh, that's... I don't know if I should be relieved or not.
But who did you see?
Remember Victoria?
Yeah?
Long story. Here, let me just try this again. And I'm going to tap on the mirror again. Kind of shake it.
Yeah, I'll say because you guys have kind of figured this out, you go ahead and activate it again. This time you kind of hear someone, hold on, I'm coming. Kind of pops up. Looks in the who's currently looking into the mirror?
Me, I suppose.
He kind of looks over at you. Where the hell have you been?
Oh, hey, I'm the other one. Remember? We did find yours, though. He was in his room in a game? It was kind of crazy. We got him out, though. He went... I don't know where he went.
Oh, that was
I
so
also
close.
Made of her wave and go, hi, Soren.
He just kind of looks over. It's like, all right. And kind of just looks behind him a bit and looks back to you. All right, well, I don't live too far off from there, and he kind of describes to you. It's probably like 45 minutes away from where Def's room was. Like, come see me there, and we can talk more. You may want to cover. And Ari, he just kind of like motions to your face.
Hmm?
Like, see you soon.
What do you think he meant by that?
I remember somebody saying something about you being a princess here. That might be it.
Wasn't that in Eleanor?
Well, generally, people like that are fairly recognizable, regardless of where they are. But, I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, let's go to Soren's house, I guess.
Ambo kind of looks down and sad at the door.
What's wrong, Gambo?
Oh. Jambo wanted to see comic book shop too.
If it's on the way, we can stop by there.
Jemba, you have my full permission to take anything you want out of this room.
Hold on. His eyes get so wide with his +1 to investigation. He rolls a 7. He kind of darts about the room, crawls under the bed.
Oh no.
No.
I'll keep this. Comes out,
Body pillow?
super happy, and like goes back outside and is like dancing around.
What kind of pillow is it?
Oh no, whatever he grabbed was not large.
Almost book-sized, you would say.
It's hard to say. I would actually. Sorry, what's your passive perception?
20.
20? Too bad it's not 30.
Don't tease him like that.
Just see him run through.
I will offer it.
He seems to be holding some sort of object, but you're really not sure what it is. It's not that you can't like see it. It's kind of like maybe a foot across, and it looks like metal, but kind of with like a bluish hue.
Oh, nothing bad could happen with him.
And he kind of like tucks it into his little coat.
You said there were books on the bookshelf?
Yeah, there's some.
I'll grab a random one.
Sure. Deft, what does he pull?
Guys,
Oh god, I didn't make a bookshelf.
Oh, unprepared.
I made so many other things.
We'll say it's volume 7 of the Adventures of Ratman.
it's 95 on the non-existent table.
There's a lot of Ratmans here.
I am gonna steal a bottle of hot sauce.
Ooh, roll a
Guys,
D100.
I mean, what? He said he wasn't coming back here.
3.
This is for Deft, right?
Yep.
Deft, as you kind of are looking through his hot sauces, you kind of notice something off. And you like kind of press part of the table near where they are. And like a little drawer falls down.
What the hell?
And there's like a little black, not quite leather, but some sort of like skin that's been like almost dyed, like a very nice bag with a bottle in it.
Oh, you're coming with me.
You kind of take a little peek inside, and it has like this very nicely designed bottle with like this skull at the side of it.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is mine
It's
now.
almost like black. Oh God, what have I done?
It is in my inventory. You cannot take it back now.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not taking a book. Unless it's a book with actual words and not words and pictures.
Yeah, they're mostly comics, probably. Some of the other books are stored elsewhere. All right, so you guys head out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
My
can't think of
question is,
anything
do
to
he's
take.
capable of reading?
I'm sure he's capable of reading. He's a wizard.
All his books had pictures in them.
So?
We should probably get going. Now, well, very important question. Was I
Uh-huh.
able to read the lettering in that book?
Yeah.
Good, they don't use different letters in this new world.
Can't you read anything?
No. I can speak everything.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to think of it more as like you speak the ultimate common sense.
Questionable.
Yeah, maybe.
Good one.
Thank you.
All right, let's go.
All right. So you guys kind of head off in that direction. Do you guys heal up?
I assume.
Injured.
I assume.
Sunpei is injured.
No, but
Or do you take...
Tanya's with the group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I take that before leaving?
Taking that before leaving?
No. I want to take that object before leaving.
Which one?
The toy,
Oh, the one Jambo has?
the giant robot.
Oh, yeah. No, easy enough.
Yeah, I want to take that and put it in my bag.
All right. So you go
Okay.
ahead and pocket that one.
Does he have a big dinosaur?
Yes, he does.
That's mine.
Everyone's just grabbing something.
I put the book back.
You do not have to.
I have to take the giant Gundam model. How else am I going to build my own Gundam one day?
Do I still have the device that got us here, or did it stay?
It went to Magic Deft at the end.
Okay, I could not remember. Say, I'm just kind of listening to everybody, checking things out. I don't really have an agenda or plan at the moment.
All right.
Seeing what everybody else is
Or
discussing.
so he claims.
Does Allie take anything?
Doesn't seem really too interested. Seems almost a little distracted.
Hmm.
All right. So you guys head out and begin going off in that direction. Who's kind of leading up this pack just for a general roll?
Def, because he was the one giving directions.
So
Was
Def
I?
side or Lung. Sorry. Yeah, I think two of us were. If he gave directions, the two of us are the ones who would have gotten.
All right. So one of you can roll survival with advantage, or each of you can roll survival.
Feeling your survival is probably higher.
I have a +1.
Oh. Okay, in that case, I'll roll with advantage.
Sora,
Yes.
Caleb kind of like leans down next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why does your friend keep looking at me that way?
Can I insight Sunthe and see if she's just hungry?
Go for
Sure.
it, dude. Um, honestly, because I haven't put too much thought into it, yes, it is mostly hunger.
And we need to get her something to eat, so
You guys really haven't really rested much other than the one night you spent in Leah's house.
You know, lunch does sound good.
Should we take a break?
I think so. Have we left town by this point, or?
Well, it depends. If you want to take a rest, then you would probably do that in town, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It's still technically in the same town, too. It's just like 45 minutes away.
yeah,
Let's
let's,
see what some of the places have to offer.
All right, so straight in.
I think we're resting.
Short rest? Short rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gather
The
up,
non
Or we,
get some food.
which rest are we doing?
the non Sora wants to go bother Wizard
Uh,
Cat at his comic
Short
book shop.
rest.
Did you say short or long?
Short.
Oh yeah, Sora and Jambo could make it to the comic shop taking a short rest.
Does Jambo need to actually heal up?
No, he's probably okay. I think Kale is the most damaged.
I think. Hey, technically, I did say if we had time, if we could walk by there, and if we're resting, I will walk with Jambo to the comic book shop.
Say, Sunthe, if
Can
you
I,
need some healing, just let me know.
Could I take the short rest during the short rest to make a firebomb? What that I have the stuff for?
Short rest in the short rest.
Can you take a short rest?
Yo, dog, I
during
heard
the
you like
short
short rests.
I meant, can I make a firebomb during the short rest?
I would say, sure, you could certainly try.
All right,
The latest warlock.
You would be rushing a little bit, but
what do you need me to roll?
go ahead, roll an intelligence check just because it's been a while.
Hey, inventor never forgets.
The latest in warlock tactics, taking short rests within your short rests.
Hold on, let me check one thing.
I didn't know you were playing Zoe already.
Roll a Tinker Tool check too. Okay. I would say you probably don't get the benefits of the short rest, but you're also not in horribly bad shape.
I mostly just dumped stuff on the table for the last few hours.
But yeah, you managed to make one.
Did I make an effective one or a questionable one?
You're pretty confident.
So that goes on it goes in the pile of effective ones.
Yeah. Effectiveness and function of in use.
I just know the last time I made a bunch of them, you gave me two. I got two effective and one questionable one.
The questionable ones are the best ones.
Hey, those
All
can go either way. They can go big boom or little boom.
So yeah, let's eat some food.
Everything.
Do I?
I'm gonna give a pep talk while we're resting.
Hold on one second.
Actually, while we're in the town too, could I find a shop that sells oil? Lamp oil.
Would I still get a short rest if I walked around?
Have strenuous of a walk.
3-mile jog, not that bad.
Yeah, it's not hard. Super long.
Are you walking the entire time? Or
No. I just don't know how long it will take me to get where I'm, anywhere.
All right. You guys do
I
your
think
short
Sora,
rest.
I think Sora and Jambo during said period were visiting that comic shop.
Before we leave town, would it be possible to find a shop that sells lamp oil?
Yeah, I'd say so. How much do you want to get?
Can I get 3 jars of the lamp oil?
Let's see. Whale oil. That sounds fun.
Anything that's basically an oil that's pretty flammable.
Let's see.
Is there non-flammable?
I think different oils have different flammability, don't they?
How much are you willing to spend on this here, Dark?
I personally, on my character, have 5 gold and 2 silver.
Let's see. Let's look what the oil flasks instead. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, so you got that.
Great. You got different flash points and hotter or colder burn temps. You want a slow burning oil.
I need something that will easily, when I throw it at someone or dump it on someone, it gets on them and I can just light them on fire.
I think what you're looking for is alchemist fire.
Greek fire, aka Molotov. Or make you a Portland torch.
Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I had a container of gunpowder. Yeah, I do have a small container of gunpowder.
Now, gunpowder is good if you're trying to make an explosive, not a Molotov.
No, that's for I know that's for explosives later. I just couldn't remember if I had it or not.
Although, where did you get gunpowder 200 years before it was invented?
It was on the ship.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
black-
cannons are starting? Kind of thing?
Black powder weapons, yeah. I think. Well, not like handheld ones. I don't think are available yet. I think that's Tuesday where they show up.
Hmm.
Oh shit, that's right. I could make wooden figurines to sell and make some money. I forgot I have wood carving.
Oh my goodness. My family.
What's
Sorry
happening?
about that. Children.
They're the worst.
All right, so I would say if you want to get like a small little barrel of oil with what you're looking for, that's probably going to cost you that 5 gold.
Deal.
All right.
How much does the barrel weigh?
I'd say for the quality you're looking for, probably like 2.5 pounds.
And what would that officially be called?
Used to cask of oil.
And what quality?
You can just put that. It'll work for what you're looking for.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys get your stuff, you make your way over to the location. You kind of look. It's like a decent looking, like little 2-story house.
I think Sora and Jambo were also hitting up the comic shop during the rest.
If anything, I had to hold Jambo's hand the entire time so he didn't rip anything up.
He had a wonderful time.
Mhm.
You do also notice he does have this strange looking the object he had taken from under the bed. It's like tucked into his jacket.
Okay. Where'd you get that?
Oh, it's my treasure.
Do we know what it is?
It's shiny. Boss said I could keep it.
Can I see it?
Mm-hmm. And kind of like holds it up for you.
Okay.
It's kind of like a foot long, like almost pill shaped canister.
All right. Sora has no idea what that is. Okay. I don't make any move to hold it or take it from him. I let him put it away.
It's a noisemaker, and he like goes against the floor like bang, 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 and it kind of has like almost a hollowish sound to it.
Hmm.
See? Mm-hmm.
It's a bomb. I think it's gonna blow up.
You guys just where's Sora? And you just see a blue flash. Sora!
All right, let's get going back.
All right. They make it back, and he looks extremely happy. Okay. So you guys make it there. What do you wish to do?
I guess I'll go up and knock on the door like a normal person.
First is they found the way around my door schemes. As you knock on the door. No answer. And then the door just kind of like opens itself.
No one opened the door?
Nope. Go inside?
Yeah.
Ari will follow on behind.
I'm assuming everybody goes in.
Yeah, why not?
I'll follow.
All right. As you guys go in, it is a very different building on the inside. It is much more of a castle on the inside than it looked as you had gone in. You appear to be in like some sort of like grand entryway at the moment.
Hello?
Oh, stop. One moment. You kind of watch as from down at the other side, a familiar looking Soren appears.
Smile and wave.
It's like, please, and he kind of looks over and there's some like magical servants. He's like, go ahead, lead them into the sitting room. Just finishing a meeting. I'll be right there. And you watch as he kind of walks back, and there's like another individual that's kind of sitting back there, like waiting for him to come back. Roll a perception check. If you got some good eyesight.
You should know better than that.
Is this anyone who wants to?
Anyone who is curious. Dora kind of getting the best score off it. You look over. They're kind of hard to make out, but they do not look familiar to you. They look like they're kind of just like wearing like plate armor.
Okay.
So the servants lead you in. You kind of get served magical snacks and drinks to kind of like appear.
Yeah.
Very similar to another time we had magical snacks appear.
I will,
you
inform
could-
the party that I saw people with plate mail.
At the
As-
comic shop?
Go ahead.
No, nope. I'm not responding to that one.
You see all of a sudden in front of Suntha, you just see like the biggest piece of like raw roast just appear, and she just starts digging into it.
Yes.
So you kind of have this while you wait for your meeting.
So, Ali has been seeming out of it recently.
Distracted, not necessarily out of it, just distracted at times.
Everything okay, Ali?
Oh yeah.
Seemed distracted recently.
This place is just different, but the same.
Hmm.
It's kind of weird.
It is different.
Well, we'll figure it all out.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of like looks at the surroundings. Huh. They do have different styles, at least, I'll say.
I think the only place of Soren's I've ever seen was inside his mirror world. What was his actual place like?
Or less like that, but less like this. This has much more of like a castle decor as opposed to Soren was a much more elaborate setup with like sitting pillows and very, very fancy things.
I guess this Soren prefers the finer things then?
Never know.
I wonder if he still has like his mirror maze of stuff.
Do you think he has that guardian in this world too?
Oh, that thing was just off on a fight.
I feel like I shouldn't ask.
Oh, big forearm statue with magic arms.
Each one did a different thing.
Mm-hmm. And it was immune to fire.
And
Both of them. And
I don't see how that's a problem.
well, we weren't fighting it.
I mean, it wouldn't be a problem if I was.
Anyway, yeah, nasty guardian.
Guys,
You know, there's. We want to take a look at her sooner rather than later.
Yeah, she's just.
Whips out his sword like, oh, not a fucking again.
What are you wanting me to do?
I am currently raging and scarfing down as much raw meat as this table will let me.
Rage eating.
He's basically racing into
I
the
have
magical
a
table.
She's hangry.
Mm-hmm.
strong suspicion that she might be possessed by some kind of
Natural
demon.
20. As you watch
They-
her shift into this form, where she like eaten a full roast in about 6 minutes, she starts scarfing them down more and more as the form begins to like kind of shape around her. You just watch as she starts like downing full-size roast in about 2 bites.
That's not normal.
While that's happening,
Uh,
I'm gonna start casting magic circle around
Okay.
the chair and where they're at.
yeah, and we're like in a sitting room at the moment.
Yeah, you're not getting stopped. I am fully engaged in this activity.
Okay, so you conjure it around where he's sitting at the table.
10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy centered on the point of the ground that you can see within range. Choose one or more of the following creatures: celestial, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. I'm assuming if we're worried about possession of being a fiend, the creature can't willingly enter. A creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets within the cylinder, and targets within the cylinder can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature. So the hope is that if he is, being within that circle will dispel a fiend or the possession.
Yeah. She's also shouting at Sara as if she's someone else.
Be
I
good
quote,
cat.
"You're lucky she likes you, girl."
Now, is it just on a target or?
It covers the whole area.
Well, it's a save. It's a save. I don't have a target.
I'm just double checking 1 sec. Because technically it really doesn't affect. Trying to see. That's in it. Yeah, that would get me. So go ahead and roll your save on Dustin. Yeah, that's a fail. Actually, you had to get a nat 20 for that one.
Yeah, I did.
Yikes. As you cast it, you do appear to watch some discomfort. But it does not appear to be a fiend. Or any type of celestial or fae. But it does seem bothered by being within the circle. It is technically part of Dustin. It's not like something possessing him. Or not Dustin.
Right.
But yeah,
No, this is something more than if it is a fiend, Ari, it's something that's part of him. I don't think this can be removed. At least not like an exorcism.
So they roll a con save too.
sure. Do you want any special things for this or just flat?
Just a flat one for this one. At this point, the discomfort, like you just start to kind of shake. You still like continue just trying to eat, but like your whole body goes into
It is
convulsions.
still eating.
Mm-hmm. It's a very awkward sight to see. You kind of like
So-
buckle to one knee.
Did you have to draw like an actual circle on the ground?
Yeah.
They'd probably start trying to like scrape that off.
You kind of like slowly move towards it. And eventually you kind of like mark or wipe part of it off. How long does it typically last? Is it 10 minutes?
Also, it's like 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah. So you're probably in there for like a good 2/3 of the duration, and then you manage to kind of break out of it. But you are like physically just beat. And your rage is broken, though.
Is or is not?
It is broken.
Okay, cool.
It like fully depleted the shit out of you.
Yeah, I guess I'll just be lying on the ground.
So, what do we do about her?
Do I have any idea of what this may be instead?
Roll an Arcana check for me.
No.
It gives you a piece that you dropped.
Yeah, I do.
He like tastes a little bit of it and just kind of like, kind of gauging on it. It's hard to say the source, but it looks like some sort of like codependent being would be your best guess.
This may be some sort of symbiotic creature. They need each other, possibly. I can't tell you more than that. Not without more time to study and experiment.
I thought it's some kind of demon, since
Say if it
every time
is,
she
it's
got
nothing
like
that I
that,
can
she started-
expel.
At this point, you guys hear a knock on the door where they had led you in and kind of given you the room. You kind of hear a crack open. Oh, pardon the intrusion. I just was sent to fetch you. It's Randy.
Randy?
He just kind of looks at all of you. Randall, yes, that's my name.
How you doing, buddy?
How long have you been working for Soren?
I've worked here for some time. I'm his assistant.
Oh, I'm so glad. You know, in the other world, he was on the wrong path. But we got him there.
Oh.
But I'm glad for you.
You know, this would sound like an awkward conversation, but no, it's fairly typical. But yes, he'll see you now.
Cool, great.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Randy.
So he leads you back into the great hallway and down to the end.
Mhm.
You go in, he has a very nice, elaborate office. A big round room.
As we're walking. So, does Soren get a lot of visitors from different worlds?
Hang on, there's a spider.
You know, I think that's a question best asked for the master.
Oh, all right.
And kind of looks at you. I really hate to ask you this, but you just look very familiar. Have we met before?
I don't think so.
I feel like I've definitely seen your face.
I've been getting that a lot lately.
That's a 7. Nope. And then opens the door to the office and lets you in. Oh, sorry about the wait.
That's all right.
Just dealing with a bit of business.
Very lavish place.
Oh, why, thank you. It's like, please, everyone, sit, take a seat.
Wondering, take a seat.
I will sit across from him if I can.
Sure.
Sit and take a seat. Don't mind if I do.
It's like a bunch of like cushions on the ground. It's like just big circular seating.
Bird seat, cool.
So, my apprentice kind of filled me in on the details and turned in his findings, and he looks over to the like his desk, and there's currently like a sealed box on the top of it.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, I'm seeing that it's put somewhere where it can't do any real trouble. Like, so, what can I do for you?
Well, we were hoping that you might have some insight into, well, what exactly has happened.
So you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific.
We're not from here. This has been established. I just hit my mute button on accident. We would like we'd like to go home if possible.
Have we verified that this is a different plane of existence from what we knew, or our world was altered with my wish?
We have not.
We don't know idea.
Mm,
You
You know,
I still don't know why you asked this. We are home. It's just a better home.
No, this isn't.
This can be your home. You don't have to come with us, but I have stuff to do.
You're assuming that this is an alternate reality instead of what reality is now.
You know, I'm
Yeah,
going through the 5 stages of
don't
grief.
know.
I'm still in the denial phase, so just let me work through it.
he just kind of watches this go on. It's like,
I turn looking.
Pat him
You
on
see,
the
there was a
back.
bit of a wish situation, and I wish for the world to be a better place without problems of what existed previously in the world that we knew.
oh dear.
Have you had issues with, and I start listing
Now
off
we're
the
here.
troubles, the diseases, the wars, the incursions, I start naming off all this stuff. Do you know of any of these things?
Like, no, honestly, I can't say that I do.
That's what happened in our world. I wish those things away.
He kind of looks over. It's like, so the unfortunate news is, I mean, in theory, the world you came from is out there in some form. But much like he said, it doesn't necessarily mean this is not your world either. However, depending on obviously the variables of the wish, it's really hard to say without kind of being there to gauge it in person. He kind of thinks. He kind of looks. You seem to have some sort of division upon. Do you, if you could return, would you wish to, or?
I
You don't
wouldn't.
belong here.
Yeah.
It's like, now this is kind of an interesting concept because this is outside the scope of just time. Because for a time thing, this would be less complicated.
You know you're in the shit when time travel is an easier solution.
Yeah, I wonder why we're here.
Like, but to travel
Yeah,
to
we have
another.
no idea if this
Hmm.
is like just a little bit different, or if this world was created and it's parallel, or what. Yeah, what the situation is.
As much as I hate to say it, this is
Or,
not a spell that I'm aware of how to use, or one that I know exists. And I'm fairly old, but doesn't mean that there isn't a spell out there per se. However, nothing that I could really think of. And he kind of just he begins to kind of like pace around the office for a minute. What do you guys do while he's just pacing around?
I don't know. I picture us having like the banner, like we were kind of doing back and forth of like the merits of going back versus how this is our reality and the disagreement, but not angry arguing back and forth, just the pros and cons, and that's how I'm picturing it going down.
more or less.
Leah, Jamba sits down next to you.
Sora's just meditating right now.
Jambo has the box off the desk.
I just kind of look at him and I give this little nod of approval because the audacity, but also good for him.
He just kind of like starts fidgeting
Mia
with
has
it.
given him permission to steal, and now he will steal all.
There's like some like wrapped paper around this thing too. It's like almost like ribbon with wording.
I don't know if you can bring him back in the way that you want. If that's what you're doing.
Oh, Jambo just wanted the ribbon.
Oh, well, by all means.
And he just kind of like pulls it off, like wraps it around. Shiny box. And he kind of like opens it, and you see the amulet is sitting inside the box.
What do you think about that amulet, Jampa?
Mm.
Tempting?
Waste of a good box.
I do agree.
He dumps it on the floor. Clink, clink, clink. Just like
Where does he
tucks the
dump
box.
it?
Tanya just shakes her head.
That is an 18 plus stuff. He watches,
Right.
he sees it fall down. Soren kind of like begins looking over it that way. He just like kicks it across the floor, and it just like lodges into one of the pillows. And he just like hides the box behind his back. Do you have anything of significance from your world?
What do you mean significance?
I pull out a bag and I start tossing bones out.
Just kind of Maybe something less bone-like. Powerful objects, things of historical significance.
Oh boy. Okay, how about this? I pull out the globe memories.
I
This
had
might do.
something.
No, that's not that plane. That's a different plane.
So,
You got the globe or you got something?
I've only got a rock. So
I'm
whatever
gonna-
cut is better.
I'm gonna walk over to Leah. He said powerful or something of historical value.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Would my new lungs count as something like that?
I think it might be challenging for him to look at your lungs in this regard.
Yes. Have the box from the Winter Queen court.
Do you still have those lungs?
Yup.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. His melted.
Well, I was just curious because of other things.
Certain people were immune to things.
Okay.
So
It's like the box.
how
Yeah,
do you
I'll
intend
put,
to analyze these?
I'll say, well, this discount. I'll hand over the box that we got it from the Winter Queen area.
And kind of looks at the box. Kind of really intrigued that you have this box because he already knows what this box is. Kind of looks like, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to help your cause. It's like, we too have this. I'm pretty confident if your theory holds sound, every version would have one of these. Plus, it's actually from the elemental plane of water.
Ah,
How about
so
the
something
memories?
unique to our world?
If you know
What'd
what
you
that
say?
box is, you know who it belongs to, correct?
You ask him that?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not actually sure where they're currently residing. No.
Well, who are they? To see if we're in the same world talking about the same person or thing.
Well, it's just an artifact. They have many wares over the years and time. He kind of looks, I believe the last person to have those was a monk in the northern mountains, if I do recall.
Is that where Sora's from?
Not too far from the location where Sora had not Sora's from a different place, but where Sora had made that monastery.
Yeah, I just kind of
what
cut
was-
my head and look at Sora just to see if there's a reaction when he says that.
I was about to ask, what was the monk's name?
I believe her name was Enrathius.
Interesting.
I've got one of your mirrors from the other world.
I guess now that's interesting. Not surprising, but interesting. Kind of looks at it. That could be. If you say anything else, and he reaches for the globe.
I was about to
Oh,
whisper
wait, no,
something to
that
Allie.
one might. Is that a good idea? Yeah, no, that's fine.
He kind of just holds on to it for a second. I think this will definitely help.
Yeah, we there was a memory sword in there of the divine gate breaking, I think. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
There
divine,
was the
the divine gate breaking.
betrayal.
You're silly.
Yep, mm-hmm.
Why would the divine gate ever break?
Oh, take a look.
Oh.
Maybe you'll see it.
For horrible reasons, they want to go back to a world where that happens. Shake my head.
This isn't our world.
It's a better one.
It is not ours.
Do you
and
have a
we don't
Winter
belong
Queen?
here.
Do you know the Winter Queen?
You mentioned the Winter Queen. It's a minor deity in the somewhere up north. Kind of just tends to the mountains and forests, I believe.
So it doesn't push for control of other lands, isn't hostile towards neighboring nations.
No, just maintains a small territory in the north. Where honestly, I don't understand why anyone would live there, anyways. But people do.
So, sounds pretty nice. No wars and things like that, and I just kind of look at everybody.
If
We
we
don't
were to
belong
stay
here,
here,
Ferris.
I would have to kill the other me.
Well, there is a war, not currently for us, in Gancaster, but and he elaborates on the war that it was happening with Tyros. So Tyros still does have part of their territory, but they lost like their the Golden Perch, which is near them, is gone. They lost Tyros itself, so they only have like a third of what they used to have, and they've kind of gathered up with the Northern Kingdom and the Eastern Kingdom, and they're currently at war with Aldemar.
That's a long ways away, though, correct?
I mean, there's some bleed over. Alamarn is technically north of Gancaster's territory. The other ones are out, so there's like minor bits of scuffle that cross into Gancaster's territory. Most of it basically remains on the outside. It has impacts, but you know, nothing like they have.
I wonder if Atlantis is still here.
Atlantis?
Oh, yeah, there was a city under a mountain up north. I forget what it's called. I always just called it Atlantis. Couldn't
Oh,
tell you why.
oh.
Yes,
Speaking of Alamar and such, what do you know about its current rulers?
Ruler, one of the late Satesh's his eldest daughter, if I do recall. Lillian, I believe her name is.
Well, what do you know about her and the princess?
Not much, I would say. I really try to stay out of their issues. Too much other work to be done around the world.
At the mention of Satoshi, I do get kind of tense.
But I will tell you for sure, it is much easier having the two of them around than their father. But the world doesn't need to worry about him anymore. He'll be spending the better part of eternity in his own little suite in his private domain of dread. Yes. Give me some time while I kind of mold these over and see what I can think of. If you need anything, just ask Randall. And he kind of like goes off
Uh-huh.
towards his study.
Are you alright, Dad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gives you a smile.
It's just weird to hear people talk about him.
Allie just kind of looks over at Jambo at this point too, as you guys are over there. Just kind of like glares at him, picks up the star, and goes to like have him hand it back to you, Leah. As she reaches over towards Jambo, you see it start to glow like bright blue.
Uh-oh.
Jambo kind of like gets wide-eyed, and it just flashes. I need there's Calum, Allie, Jambo, Sunthe, and Leah to make Constitution saves.
Boy.
Oh no!
Did you say deft? I can't remember.
No, just that small area. Everybody but Theris and Sunthe just kind of gets blinded by this flash. As the flash dissipates, you just hear the amulet clink, 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 clink.
What was
What
that?
happened? Can I? Oh no! Can I walk over and pick up the figurine that is Allie probably?
There's no figurine.
Allie?
Do I have any idea what just happened or where it came from?
The flash definitely came from the amulet. You kind of saw her form like the shadow of like the light kind of from it, and then you saw her form kind of just like disappear all of a sudden.
Can I look around to see if I can spot anything that would indicate where she might have gone?
Investigation check.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
Can I make one of those too?
Sure.
I'll throw one in as well.
As you guys kind of look around, you're having a hard time like finding any trace, but as you go over towards the amulet, it is kind of like glowing and shifting in this weird new pattern.
Can I look inside of it?
Sure. You kind of like stare into it, and it's almost like one of those images you just get like lost inside. Like it almost feels like you're falling into it as you
Kaleidoscope.
look.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Did the emerald just absorb Allie?
Probably. Can I do something stupid?
Sure.
Can I hold the amulet towards Jambo?
How define how we hold the amulet towards Jambo?
Like the
Like
way
you hit-
the same way Allie did.
Oh well, she just picked up the amulet.
Oh, got you. I thought it turned blue when she walked past Jambo.
No, like she picked it up in her hand and was going to hand it to Jambo, and it turned blue in her hand.
With the crystal facing me, like hold it towards Jambo.
Yes, I'm gonna hold it.
Sure.
And like grabs it. He looks really nervous too.
All right, I'll take it back if you're nervous.
Can I take a look at it?
How far away are
will-
we from Def's bedroom?
We already left, so we're in Soren's.
Right, but how
we're
far
like
away is it? Like how much have we
It
traveled?
was a 45-minute walk.
Okay.
Maybe like 3 miles, not super far.
We may need to check back at Def's room to see if it appeared as a figurine there for the game.
I will be back then. I'm probably the quickest one.
I can get there faster. Anyone
Right,
wanna
just let
come
me
with
take a
me?
look real quick. Just let me take a look.
All right,
I see it.
I'll like show it to Leah.
Does it look like she got sucked into it? Or like, can I try
Roll
to...
an Arcana check.
Can I have Scout scan it?
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
They'll be fine.
Leah, you've got to look at this a couple of times now in some level of detail. It seems the amulet is almost changed slightly. This pattern of like falling into it seems to be something that is new, and it's almost giving off like this small hum.
That's giving me the sense that it absorbed Ali and possibly became stronger. It's different. Why is it different?
Can I try to help her puzzle it out?
Yeah, roll an Arcana check.
I think it's different because it absorbed our friend.
I doubt she'll be a game piece on that board.
I will tap the gem.
Touches.
Doesn't seem to do anything. Theris, you kind of assess the same situation. As you kind of look at it, though,
Has anyone cast?
roll a d100.
Has anyone actually cast Identify on it?
Yeah.
Can I cast
Identify.
Uh-oh. That's pretty high.
You kind of like stare into it, Theris. And you swear you can kind of sense Allie's presence in the amulet. Being a master of small storage space containers. You both gather without any current magic experimentation. There's probably a lot more to this amulet than is currently known.
Yeah, I can sense her, or at least something like her. I'm not sure what this is. I sent you a message too.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go get Soren. Maybe he'll be able to find something. Or the three of you can figure something out.
There's you kind of sit there trying to like get reads off the gem. All of a sudden your hand like smacks into the gem and it's like stuck to the gem. It's almost like it's trying to suck you in.
It's trying to suck me in.
Yeah, roll an Arcana check.
Oh, did you get my message, Nobel?
Let's see. Sure, he was holding on to it to do a little thing really quick, but you can do that too. So there's, as it tries to like suck you in, you manage to kind of like break contact with it, and it kind of stops.
That thing
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna go get
attempted
Soren.
to pull me into it as well. Careful with this.
I was gonna run off to whichever room Soren went in to.
You run like through a few, and you see him like pacing on the ceiling, like 2 rooms to the right.
Of course, he's on the ceiling.
She'll fly up and try and get his attention. Soren, we have a bit of a problem.
As you go to fly up, you fall up to the ceiling.
That ow.
Hmm?
A bit of a problem. You know that Star of Astaroth amulet?
I'm coming. And he just like walks into the room without you even having to kind of explain to him what's going on. He looks around. What happened to the girl with the blue hair?
We are incredible at making problems for ourselves. She gets sucked in.
And it attempted to
Sucked
suck me
in.
in. It pull her essence is in the gem. It attempted to draw me in as well.
Kind of.
How do I get down from the ceiling?
It's like, that is. And he kind of looks at it. That devil. And you just watch him like storm off with like a stroke of inspiration.
But what, did he give you a fake one?
He just like bolts down the hall.
I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah. You watch he runs into like this room full of like books and scrolls, and he like grabs this really old looking leather bound tome. And he like grabs it and he like starts running back over to the amulet. He goes, huh. That explains why it's so hard to find. I bet that old man never even died.
What do you think happened?
Well, no one suspected that this this looks like it could be some sort of key to another plane, or another plane itself, so to speak. Actually, we thought it lost just the time when we're assuming Astaroth died to one of his many experiments. But if this can hold people within it, he kind of looks, this may be your best bet. And he just kind of looks a little bit concerned, though.
Why the dour face?
Well, it's hard to say. If Astaroth is truly in there somewhere, he would have a better answer than I do. But if your friend is in there, I mean, I don't know how close you are with your friend.
Oh, very.
May I
We
see
have
the
a
amulet?
darling.
You handed over theirs.
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
All right, sorry.
Yep. I do what I try. I messaged you.
Okay, so you just kind of sit down, close your eyes.
I copy her. In my mind, I was just stabbing a pillow during all this.
Now, was Sora able to? Because that this magic circle lasts an hour. Were they able to walk out of the circle?
I tried to erase it, yeah.
Yeah, they got out. They just have discomfort while they're inside of it. You guys kind of meditate, but you don't really notice anything. You do pick up on the hum. But yeah, nothing really comes of it. And kind of like looks over at you guys. Huh. Interesting. Who was that girl, anyways?
Oh, that was Ali. You know, you and her were quite close on our world.
Roll a deception check.
Uh-huh.
He just looks at you like, mm-hmm. Do tell me. Do tell me.
Dragon daughter of the god of knowledge.
Oh, we're just going to say it, alright.
Dragon god? Your world is a strange place, it would seem. Huh. I don't blame you for not wanting to go back. Interesting. And you watch as he kind of like is gonna put his hand slightly above it, and he starts to have a similar reaction that you had there. It like begins to try to pull him in as well, but he pulls back. Huh. He like pulls out a pipe and starts puffing on it. That might not be the best thing.
What might not be the best thing?
Well, it seems to react to your more arcane incline, shall we say. And he like motions to your casters. However, if this is some sort of demi-plane, plane, where he resides, and I would assume keep research, why would he make it easier for the people who would be looking for it to get in?
I don't know, maybe he's lonely.
Oh, I figured maybe he's just feeding off the people that get sucked into it, but
You
I
know,
like
that's
your
a-
idea better.
No, that's a good hypothesis, actually. I would do the same if I had a demi-plane.
He just kind of looks at you.
Hi, by the way, I'm Leah. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Yes. So, you could probably get inside. I almost wish that he never found this amulet.
He said he stole it from rabbit people. Is that
It's
true?
funny. He was mentioning he was going somewhere, and he mentioned something about rabbit something or other. Huh. I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, I can certainly probably help you all get inside of this thing, but I don't know if it's even safe or if it's actually a thing. Do any of you have the ability to communicate with your friend?
Yes, hold on then.
He looks over at you, Leah, as he says it.
We
No,
all
it's
turn
fine,
and
I'll
look at
get to
Leah.
it. It's
Just look.
fine. I'll just. You're not going to have me one day, and you'll be worse for it. I'm going to cast Sending on Allie.
While she's doing that, I'm going to ask, do you happen to have any expensive incense and a few ivory strips?
Thanks. Storeroom's over that way.
I go look for the components for a legend lore spell,
Yep. I mean, he seems pretty well stocked.
and I will come back to
Still
it's a
on the
10-minute
ceiling.
casting.
You could just maybe fly down? Here, I'll stand below you. It's okay.
Try and fly back down.
Easy enough. You kind of expect it this time as the gravity shifts.
That is really weird.
I forgot gravity was one of them.
Gravity?
Yes, so did I.
Actually, I'll cast
Time
Identify on it
gravity.
first, and then legend lore. That way I can get the most information out of it.
You go to cast
You have to touch
Identify.
to cast Identify.
Ooh.
I just want to put that out there.
Yes, I touched it earlier without any ill effect until later. I'm just touch like the framing of it, not the gem itself.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of tap it. It's strange. It seems like it has a lot of magical power. It's not a school of magic you're necessarily familiar with. Like, you know all of them. You've studied them. It does kind of just have this feeling. Like, you can gather it's some sort of, like... It seems complex, but the focus you're kind of picking up while it's vibrating is this is some sort of like transportation device.
Now, that's with the Identify?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'll take that information I'm getting from there and then start the legend lore spell. That's a 10-minute casting. So to see if that gives any more detailed information.
I'm going to go grab a drink because I got to talk a lot for this one. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna be right back as well.
I'm going to take a quick bio break myself and get a refill on my drink. Be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've lost Allie forever.
You have no proof of that.
She is left, therefore she is gone.
No, guys, your object permanence. Just because she's out of sight doesn't mean she's gone.
Dude, I got 0 int. What's object permanence?
I don't think anyone's used Legend Lore yet in this campaign.
No, I don't think so. There's and after are both AFK.
No worries, I have to read all the shenanigans anyways. What could possibly go wrong? No, you guys are okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everything.
Yep, I'm currently in possession of the amulet.
Oh, you are?
Well, if nothing happened, I would have taken it back.
Yeah, I don't know if what I did anything.
Well, Theros would have had to hold on to it during the casting of the identify and
Yep.
possibly
just
delivering
needs
it.
He just needs to
Welcome back.
touch it.
He had to walk
He needs
outside
to be
and
in
grab the
contact.
supplies and come back. I had enough time to do what I said I was gonna do, and I have no idea how bad of an idea that was.
You know, your other self, Death, he probably is the foremost knowledgeable on the amulet. Think he might be able to help?
He has no idea how this thing works. I mean, he knew how to use it. I'll give him that. But I doubt he knew all that it was capable of.
Well, maybe not everything, but
Also, I think I stole his most prized possession, and if he finds out, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm
You
back.
better drink it fast.
Welcome back.
Daft. She'll just go around taking things.
I mean, technically it's my stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but just look at this thing, and I pull out the sauce. This looks crazy. This looks insane.
I'll give you that. What even is it?
What is that?
I think it's sauce. Do you want to try some?
Yes.
I'm gonna try some. Let's try some.
Oh dear.
Right now?
Right now.
Yep, I will try some immediately.
Theris is doing his thing. I mean, we got a little time to kill. This looks insane.
Alright.
The three
So,
tieflings try the hot
reach
sauce.
into our bag and grab out some bread.
All right.
Oh, I just let you dollop it on my finger.
Anyone who's having the hot sauce, just tell me how much you're consuming.
How much do you
I'll-
drop on her finger?
I mean, I'm giving everyone like a drop. Just a taste.
Some
I probably would have joined in on this too.
just some
Yeah.
Dave's Gourmet
Are you done,
Insanity
Ron?
sauce.
I'll take more than just. I'll take 2 drops.
2 drops, okay.
All right. I need everyone who tried some to roll a con save.
I'm gonna wait because I don't
Oh,
believe
no.
that this is going to be strong.
That is awesome, Dev.
Oh jeez, if it didn't affect Sword at all.
I'm picturing like in the cartoons when they do something like that, and you see their face just go like starts at the bottom, like their neck, and works up, just getting that solid red going to the top.
So the best part-
who literally need fire rolled solo.
You watch as they all try this sauce. First, the 3 of them at first. Sora seems completely unbothered by this. As part of the lungs, they process out a lot of toxins and other things for Sora anyway, so things don't really affect her.
Not bad.
However, Deft and Ari, while one of you comes from a more devilish background and the other more demonic, at this time you both become Cambion red. You both take
Assume they took some too. It looks like.
21 points of acid damage.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, it didn't do anything to you, Sora. Of course I'm
Well,
taking it.
luckily, I'm resistant to acid.
You also fail. You take 33 points of acid damage.
Sweet.
Sorry, you just watch like all of them just in pain. You beat the DC by 1, Sora, by the way.
What? Wait, excuse me?
Yes.
DC 27. I would have had to roll an
Excuse
18.
Prized
Jeez.
possession.
Oh, that's actually really good.
This is not sauce, this is poison.
I'll take that
No.
then.
No, this is
Not
mine.
poison.
This
Dale
should
just
not
looks at
exist.
all of you.
This is terrible.
Do
Oh,
you
but the flavor
normally
How is
is
it-
there.
How
put
is it
random
hotter than-
things in your mouth?
Yes.
More often than I should.
Fair.
How is it hotter than fire?
I don't know. I drank lava once, and this is somehow hotter.
I'm sorry, what now? Yeah, no, not. I don't care.
I did a lot for that man, okay? I'm not proud of it.
Why?
It was never for that, man. All right. So as Theris completes casting his spell, the room around you kind of changes.
Is Theris back?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
here.
fair.
Oh, okay.
I sent you a message, but don't worry about reading it. It's not related to this. Just at leisure.
Oh, yeah. So you kind of watch as the world around you guys changes slightly. More the manifestation of this being in this environment. And you guys kind of look, it's probably like somewhere between like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night somewhere, and you're like in the middle of like this cold, wet, muddy field.
You know, the cold temperatures actually probably feels like a great deal of relief right now.
You guys like have your tongues out. As you guys are kind of sitting there looking around, you see like kind of coming out like along like a nearby tree line, just like this slow shuffling mob of familiar looking undead.
This is a bad time. Starts igniting some fire.
They just kind of keep shuffling in your guys' direction.
How many does it seem to be? Or how many do there seem to be?
As you wait, because they are slow moving, there seems to be like thousands of these things.
Is this a vision or
though?
actually happening?
It's a vision.
Yeah, no, it's a vision.
And you can feel it, like it's cold, like you can feel things, but no, they can't actually interact with you. They eventually make it to you and just kind of like walk through you guys.
Kill him
I
with
do.
fire!
I did try to bite one.
Yeah.
And I got very disappointed.
Yeah. You do not find purchase. You kind of watch as they descend towards this smaller town along a coastline. And they basically besiege this town. So you're kind of like in the heat of this battle as they're kind of trying to fight back. There's like magic spells being flung around, lots of undead. As you kind of watch through it, eventually it fades to like the town. A lot of the undead are mostly moved out of the town. There are some still sitting there behind, but basically the entire town is like destroyed and on fire. It's completely torched. And then your guys' amulet kind of starts to shine. And you watch as it appears another mob of individuals is coming from the opposite side.
This
what?
much became of our wound?
Sorry, you kind of make this one out. Just because you can. This appears to be an opposing army of humanoids, but it's kind of hard to make out, and you're kind of then you kind of look at it, and it makes a little bit of sense. This is an army of humanoid animals.
Huh.
Many varieties. And they kind of engage in battle with these undead. after this kind of concludes, the animals appear to be successful in this battle, and you watch as this older looking gentleman in a robe with that star around his neck kind of like is walking through the streets of the city. And he just kind of looks over at all of you in that direction.
Does he look like he's looking through us or directly at us?
He looks over where all of you are, just kind of smiles, but there's nothing behind you, and he just keeps
Dude, I
walking.
wave.
You wave?
I wave.
He waves back.
Wait, you can see us?
He just keeps walking.
I guess I'll go follow him as best I can.
As you kind of keep going to follow him, you kind of keep skipping through time a bit. You see him like in this city of basically animals now, kind of teaching them things, doing other stuff. And after a couple of what seems like must be not from your time, but over a period of years, you can tell. One evening, someone pays this wizard a visit and stabs him in the back. It's a very large lion. And you just kind of watch the eyes kind of go blank. He just kind of smiles and he kind of just fades and flashes and is gone. The lion kind of puts on the necklace and you guys are back in that room.
So,
is beautiful.
Astra was stabbed in the back by a humanoid lion and then sucked into the amulet?
Soren just
When
is
did-
looking. He's like,
When did he get sucked into the amulet?
after he got
You know
stabbed.
that flashing was.
That makes more sense.
So,
Little one, can you grab me? And there's like a book over, like in a little cubby. Can you grab me that book over there?
Excuse
I assume
me,
he's looking to the lizard.
don't boss my minion
Jumbo.
around. Jumbo, could you be a dear and grab that book, though?
Uh-huh. He runs over. He comes back. It looks like a small children's book. He kind of opens it up. It's a book, like a children's book with children's artwork about like a island of animals. And you see like pictures, and they all appear to be humanoid-looking animals, and it goes through this city that they've made. And there's like a large tower in the middle of the city that looks like a wizard tower. On the probably like the third page, the very first creature you actually see in like any great regard is a very large humanoid lion wearing a crown, and they have that star on in the picture.
So it has Astaroth and Alien now. And they both have A's starting their name. That's an interesting coincidence.
Well, technically, you have it now. The lion had it in the vision of the picture and must have owned it at some point, it would seem.
So While we decide what we're doing, I'll hold on to the amulet for now.
Hmm.
Goes, good news is I think you're probably safe to travel there. However, he just kind of looks at all of you. None of you really looked like you're trained on these specific types of issues. He kind of looks over at Lee a little bit. Maybe one. If you are going to go, I think it's important we send representation as well. You know, in case the peoples of this world need to get involved to protect it as well.
Of course. So, did you want to come then?
Oh no, gods no, I'm not going. That would be silly. I'm much more useful out here, and besides, if anything happens, I can see to it that it gets the proper attention. No, my friend was actually here. He was going to be taking this in to be locked up in the Paladin vaults, but I mean, he's always up for a challenge.
I'm excited.
And he goes, Randall, can you inform change of plans? Yes, sir. He goes off. He just kind of looks.
You did it.
Going in there doesn't seem too hard. What about coming back out?
Well, that's why I'm staying out here. Really, I don't want to delay. So, how time works? I'll work on some of that here. I have resources I can tap into, but you don't understand. Your friend being in there for minutes, hours, could be days, weeks, years in that world. Not to
Oh,
scare you, but the longer you do take, the more likely your friend could be in need of your assistance could be greater.
so time moves faster in there.
Well, not for certain, no. One could not
Well,
be sure.
we have no further business here, I suppose. I'm ready to get a move on.
All right.
Yes,
Duff is gonna run off to the storeroom and grab more of what Thayer's grabbed before him.
Yeah. Go ahead, gather your things. I'm assuming. Are you still eating food at the table too, Cynthia? That they mentioned you're leaving.
Yeah, we're getting ready to leave.
Are you muted?
I was. I said sure. I'll still be there.
Packing
So-
and packing and packing away.
Anything of non-magic or non-spellcaster supplies?
Anything you're specifically looking for?
No, I'm just perusing.
I mean, he's got some general stores and things, some random stuff, but nothing too crazy. It's a very odd assortment of things. He's got like random foods and I don't want that. I need this section. But if you need
That
it,
seems
now's your time to do it.
I'll go, if he doesn't mind me
seems
gathering
pretty
some
easy.
components.
All right, you guys kind of stock up on some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's.
Yes.
Would you mind maybe later afterwards? Could you cast that spell on something I picked up a while ago?
Of course.
Cool. All right.
Go get some more components for it, as well as pick up some other things if he's cool with that.
Yeah.
If he's got ink, I'll take more ink.
If it involves him not going in there, he is certainly happy. All right.
Now, one I figure he may not have in stock, but I'll look or ask. A tiny reliquary worth at least 1,000 gold containing a sacred relic, such as a scrap of cloth from a saint's robe or a piece of parchment from a religious text.
Probably not. I wouldn't think.
I
Not in
wouldn't
his
think so
house.
either, but I was asking.
God, I just used the last of Brother Fred last week.
Now, it's not consumed, so.
No, I know. I'm just being a smart ass.
Well, I love those ones like, oh, I'm going to get some of this stuff here, and it's like, 1,000 gold of this or that, and it's like, which is consumed. I'm like, damn it.
That's always sad. There's some human blood ones that are fun too. All right, let me just grab one quick thing. Oh, that's what I was going quick. All right, so you guys kind of gather up, eat a little bit. Let me just grab. I clicked this button way too many times, didn't I? Oh, now it's mad. There we go. Why did it load in the old way? That's super weird.
Do you ever think that this world is actually just an R-star of Astaroth? And that we're just going into the star of Astaroth within a star?
I wonder if they're all connected.
No, I have not thought of that.
All
Yeah.
right. As Soren comes back in, starts gathering some stuff. All right, yes, this should be interesting. It's like, and do not lose the mirror. That'll be it should be a good way to contact me. It should work. And then you guys hear a knock on the door. Yes.
Come in.
The door opens up. And in walks a very shiny looking, but decorated. Go ahead and describe yourself, Surprise.
Yeah.
I knew it.
So, the first impression is he doesn't seem to be wearing a whole lot of heavy armor, but the more you look at it, it looks really dense, and it doesn't look like metal, more like really aged oak resin kind of material, so like really hard old wood. He still has a full face covering, but it looks more like a kind of like a World War II full face mask helmet that you would kind of see in like World War II sci-fi fantasy of like Wolfenstein, I think. So like the enemies in Wolfenstein, it kind of looks like that a little bit, but it's like green and like kind of plant-like. Honestly, he gives off more of like he's a survivalist or ranger type of guy, but I mean, Soren said he was a paladin, so he's probably a paladin, or at least from the order.
Mm-hmm. You'd have a paladin order marking on somewhere on your armor.
Yeah, probably the left shoulder, I would assume. And then he's got I don't know how that looks, but he has a sword like just on his hilt, and he's just got a shield strapped onto his arm. And that's pretty much how he looks. I'll also put an image in the Discord.
Yeah. But as you walk in, he looks over at you. Ah, Prize, my old friend.
It was good to see you, Soren.
Yes,
Even
it
though
seems
it seems we were just talking an hour ago. We had a different plan.
a little bit of change of plans. And he kind of fills in on the happenings of what happened with Allie. So, it seems there's a little bit more to this. The Order would be very interested in these findings.
You're trying to get me to play your magic games again.
I would never try to push magic upon you, but I just hate sending these individuals in not knowing if they're fully protected, and not many people hate and appreciate magic as much as you.
Yeah.
It's magic.
And he just kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. You are my nearest and dearest friend. I wouldn't ask this of you if I didn't think everything would be just fine.
You're really good at lying, you know that.
I am the best. But he turns back around to all you guys. No, he's just being dramatic. Don't worry.
I am not.
Yes,
Who are you inciting?
No, I'm just messing.
He looks at you two. At this time, you guys watch. You also do notice Soren has a bracelet exactly like Allie's, just like the other one did. It's like, well then, shall we begin?
Yeah.
Don't lose that mirror. If something weird
Will
happens,
either
don't
of them-
panic. And try to stay together.
Will either of the mirrors work?
I mean, in theory, those mirrors can travel across multiple. I don't really know about dimensions, but many different things. Just be careful. You never know who might have more of them.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna owe me for this again, you know that, right? You're stacking up quite a debt.
I've just handed you the Star of Astaroth, my friend.
Yeah, after...
I'll be speaking your name for years to come.
You know that really doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, maybe not. But it gives the forces of evil something to fear, no? Good, so you'll do it.
Yes, I'll do it.
So, yeah.
I'm raiding your storage room first.
Huh. What's new?
Uh,
I kid, go ahead.
And he walks out the room
All right.
to go gather components or whatever.
Yeah. And you could stock up too, because you would be full for all the stuff you have. So you guys load up. Is there anything specifically you want to grab, prepare, or bring before you go after Allie?
Want to? Yes. Can I think of it at this current time? No.
Now, are we talking
I'm
about
supposed
going?
to stock up on some healing potions that are available.
Are we talking about going into this gym, or are we going someplace else?
Into the necklace.
Do we know that we'll be able to come back?
Yep.
Nope.
No.
Well, before we make this trip, I'd really like to go to Gancaster proper and see my sister before we go.
We don't have time.
Sorry, how long is it going to take you to be ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready whenever. I'm staying on this side.
There's how long do you need?
I would just like to have at least a partial day with her. I don't know if we'll come back, if y'all will take us to the world we left that I fixed. And just to hear some stories of my parents that I never knew.
If
His sword begins to tear up. He's just like, what is the saddest thing I've heard? Why would you do that to him?
In my world, I was an orphan. I never knew my parents. It was just me and my sister.
Sometimes I wish Deft would have been an orphan. He just
Oh,
would never
thanks.
leave.
Thanks for that. Wow.
I found him. But there's something about that child.
Like
I
a
just
bad
couldn't-
penny.
I don't know. I couldn't get rid of him. Not sure what it is. That one's got fire, I tell you.
Should I be offended? I can't
Oh,
tell.
no. You shouldn't be offended. I'm sure your parents loved you.
Oh, that's funny.
You're not an orphan, are you?
Technically, no.
Run
How many,
away?
how many orphans are with you? Are
Oh,
in this?
no way!
I'm
He
not
just
an
gives you a
orphan.
big
I'm not
hug.
an orphan. I had very loving parents in the kingdom in my fake family that Satosh made for me. Okay.
Sick pet.
Do
Why
you
do you
say
know
that out
him?
loud? Yeah, they both kind of just like jump back at this.
Why do you know him?
Because he's an idiot.
Divine sense.
Listen, man, I'm pretty dumb.
As you divine sense, you don't actually get any hits off of Deft.
Uh-huh.
Not even like that he's a tiefling. Tiefling like minor hits, you kind of pick up Ari and Sora. You get a kind of weirdish vibe from Sunthé, but it's in there, but not quite something specific.
I'm just gonna look at Soren and go, you really want to send these guys with me in there and you believe we're going to do this?
They said their
Oh.
friend's a dragon princess.
You know, I don't know the context of dragons in this world.
More of a daughter of a god.
No, in this world, the gods never got sent away.
Right, but that's what I'm telling what Allie is.
A dragon, a god. Dragons and gods aren't the same.
And speaking of that,
Gods
how does that affect my connection? Is it stronger, the same, different? Since there's actually...
It's a little bit different, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little bit later.
I mean, if we're talking titles, technically I was the king of Alamarn and also Hell.
No, you weren't.
You gonna
The
you gonna
point of
stop talking, Deft?
Basically, no.
why don't you smell like literally nothing? What are you?
I'm just a funny little guy. Thanks.
Funny
No.
little guy.
Mm-hmm. What's it to you?
You are insufferable.
It's a
It's
pleasure to
not.
make your acquaintance.
Oh, we're gonna get along
That
swimmingly.
makes
We're
one.
gonna have so much fun.
You don't even smell like a freaking tiefling.
I don't.
Sora actively sniffs herself.
No,
You
that's
smell like
news to
pizza past
me.
me.
I'm not sure how to take that.
You should be concerned. It's like you're not in your own body.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm not.
Oh my god.
So, are we ready? Are we all ready to go?
This one needs to go see his family
Um,
first, allegedly, and I think we have more to talk about before we go in there.
Hey, Hey, Soren, do you own a shovel in the storeroom?
No, I think he can dig far enough with his own hands.
I've honestly never needed one.
I sent
Thinking,
you another
interesting
message too,
concept.
Kelsto. The short one, the long one you can read later.
Oh, okay. He kind of looks, and he's kind of won over by Theris's story because he has a very soft spot for like the downtrodden orphans and whatnot. He goes, we really shouldn't delay. I mean, it could not matter. It may matter,
No.
but I could at least teleport you to your sister. How long do you need with your sister?
At least a few hours would be nice.
Could you guys spare a few hours? And he kind of like looks over at you. As
Yeah,
someone who's been through a couple of things, and he kind of looks over. I would at least give him his chance to kind of
I agree.
prepare.
We can keep him.
Theris, do you want me to send a message to your sister to make sure it's a good time for her and all that?
Probably not, because she doesn't know this version of me. Remember the teacher that we met? That's the Theris she knows.
I mean, I don't have to say your name.
Agreed, but if she's never experienced such a thing, that could freak her out also.
Don't worry, Theris. We can teleport with her.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Soren kind of looks at you guys. Save your strength, and he asks you where she is, and it's like, give us 3-4 hours. In the meantime, my dear friend, you've been captain to Squirrelier Bunches. Why don't you get to know this expedition, the next heroes of Arcadia? And they both teleport out.
Roll a performance check.
Sure.
I narrow my eyes at him.
Performance. That's only a +5. That is a 18.
I hate that you're so good at theatrics.
Or
You know,
just
It's the glitter.
I think I feel a pep talk coming on. I'm
Oh,
gonna give a
really?
little pep talk.
really?
Yep.
All right, follow
Give
me.
me a
I
pep
know where
talk.
the seating room is. Soren, do whatever you need to. I don't care.
He's gone.
I think he's gone.
I know.
He knows. He's used to this. Deft, is there anything you specifically want to say as the topic of your motivational speech, or would you just like me to fast forward your speech for you to make you feel better?
Please fast forward it.
You gotta give me a topic. You gotta give me a topic.
You know, we just were in that game before. It's just like that. We're just gonna go in. We're gonna solve this little mystery, and we're gonna get where we need to go.
We hopped into this world, we hopped into the game world, and now we're gonna hop into another world.
Easy as that.
Oh. What's Death's insight?
A +1. Well,
I would say, Sintha, you don't understand the concept of it, but you.
No, this was a Dustin question.
Oh. No, you would not know other than what. But you would know that kind of like what happened at the tail end, but not like in any great detail about the world.
Okay.
All right. My modifier is a 0, and Sora's barely holding him back, heckling you during that speech.
All right. So, how many people can you grant your bonus to?
Only 6 people.
All right. So, pick your 6 individuals to give temporary hit points to.
If your character does not feel particularly inspired by my speech, that's completely fine. Just let me know.
A tiny pink guy who is not in his own body is talking to me and trying to get me excited? No way.
That's fair.
Jambo is very excited. But here's a good question. Do you bring Jambo?
Here's the thing. I'm looking for a nice little moment to just drop Leah and Jambo off somewhere, but that moment has not come yet.
So do you bring your boy into the...
Well, I'm not gonna leave him here.
Okay. So you bring him in.
Well, the number of people you can do is 6. We have 10 people Actually, not including yourself.
Tanya is not on the combat tracker.
Oh,
Oh, hold on. I gotta get Tony too.
See, he doesn't like me, so he doesn't even put me in the combat tracker.
Holy shit! I haven't heard you talk in like 2 hours.
He was really
Just
invested in that oil, man.
He was. No, he's working on his bombs.
Tanya was just digging through the storeroom, comes back.
I
with,
always
like,
gotta watch out
a
for
piece of
Dark.
toast or something. What are we doing?
Dark listens to everything because there'll be like a random moment, and then it's like I'm gonna blow that up. I'm like, shit! I thought he was asleep.
all right. We have 9 people, not including yourself.
All right, so you got to skip out on a few of those.
I mean, Sora was
You
holding
can't.
back.
Ali's not here either.
think-
Soren's not going.
Yeah, I got my people.
Okay, good.
I go with my robot, so it only counts as one.
Fine, I'll take the temporary hit points.
Yeah, Rosie's there too.
It wasn't that. Wait, no, let me roll. Let me roll, like, I don't know, performance?
Mhm.
No, it sucked.
So we're gonna go into the world and get thrown in jail, and then get helped out.
Okay, no, we can
gonna end up in
skip
jail
that part. We can
again.
skip that part this time.
Sorry, you rolled a 3. I needed to heckle a little bit.
Of course.
But technically, you rolled a 14.
You
I'm
said
not proficient in that.
no less than 26 times. Have you ever led anyone before?
You know, I actually did used to be a king. I'm
Yeah.
out of practice, alright?
Yeah, and I was trapped in the swamp for 30 years.
Okay, big
Yeah.
guy.
That's just
No.
as believable, isn't it?
Calm down, you two.
All right.
I sent you a message too, Theris. So, how do you guys spend your time while you wait for Theris to say goodbye to his family?
Leah's gonna send Ali a message because I forgot I was gonna do that.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Allie, are you alright? Should be
There
coming
is no alley. There's only Zool.
Oh, crap. Jeez.
You know, it's just gonna be like, hey Ali. I know you're waiting in there for us. Very sorry. I hope it's not been like 30 years. We'll be right in, hopefully.
300 years later.
You just hear this sound that almost sounds unfamiliar. Hello? Leah, is that you?
She fucking with you.
You left me behind and never came back. Just kidding. Hurry the fuck up.
And this is why we love Allie.
Oh, I love her.
All right. But you gather she's okay. She doesn't seem to think there's been some great amount of time at least. So at least that's working in your favor so far.
So the one with the bones, do they talk at all?
She doesn't know common.
Yeah.
She knows giant and sylvan.
Also, if she looks at you hungrily, be on guard.
Give her something to eat.
Alright, treat her like an animal. Got it. Oh.
You should always be afraid when she looks at you hungrily.
I saw her swallow a manhole.
Really?
You got-
She's like, I mean, she's big, but she's only like 6'5".
Oh, the jaw just like unhinges. It's
It's like a snake.
kind of cool to look at, but man.
Guess that explains her smell, I guess. Oh my god.
Why are you
Soren,
talking
why
about
do you just
smell?
have strangers in your house so often? Every new guy that just walks in, you just pick up, and then, oh, they're a wizard. Oh.
So he does this to you often, huh?
When you know someone for that long, we start to dwell on the problems way more than the benefits, trust me.
How long have you known him?
How long have I known him?
Soren?
About
You've probably known Soren since he's successful. I mean, you've known him probably like a good 25 years or so.
Old enough that we could have been married and had 3 kids, and they would have had grandchildren by now.
But you didn't?
No.
Okay, who said that, and who am I throwing something at?
I think Deft.
Yeah, I thought so. I just thought Leo might have been trying to be a smartass. I throw something at you.
I catch it perfectly.
Roll it. You gotta roll for that, dude.
What's the closest object to me that I can throw at Daft other than the amulet?
If we changed rooms, probably a chair.
There's a bunch of random shit in this house. You could probably have your choice of if there's something specific you're looking for.
Something that really shouldn't be thrown at someone, other than that, something that's not sharp but really shouldn't be thrown at someone.
Magical lava lamp.
Yep. All right.
Yep. Mm-hmm. As you hit it, interesting enough, it's a magical lava lamp, so like it hits, it breaks, but then they just kind of keep floating throughout the air.
Ooh,
You spent 4 weeks on that container.
pretty.
Why do I want to drink that?
Gambo jumps up and bites one of the bubbles.
I don't want to drink it anymore.
I take it we're also bringing the kobold too.
As you say that, he
Okay.
just stops and he like straightens up and just looks at you. Jambo is a kobold, sir.
I said that, yes.
Oh, okay. And he goes back and eats another bubble.
No, but it tasted bad. You made a reaction that it tasted bad. You're eating more of them. That's why they taste bad.
All right. So while this goes on, Theris, you arrive outside of this new area of Gangcast where you kind of met and he told you your sister was. He kind of looks at you. I know it isn't easy. And I think you're a brave man. You're a good friend. And he's like, I'll be back in about 3 hours. Just kind of
I'll meet you here.
nods. So you kind of see there's like a nice, like it's a little small part of town, and your sister kind of has like a nice little cottage, like not too far off from the main road.
I'll approach and knock on the door.
She kind of opens the door. She looks. There's that you?
Yes. It's good to see you, and I give her a hug.
You look so different. And she just kind of gives you a hug.
I've been going through a lot. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Can I get you some tea?
Sure. What I had in mind is I've been losing some of my memories, I think, lately, and I just wanted you to go over our childhood and things that had happened as we grew up, just to help refresh, to see if it's a passing thing or not. And didn't we used to have a secret spot where when we would get away from everybody to go hide and just us play? It's like I remember us having one, but I don't know if was real or not.
Yeah.
Let's
get. You still remember?
Let's get a picnic and go there.
It's a great idea. So you guys kind of throw together like a quick picnic, and she grabs a blanket. We haven't done this in forever.
It's been way too long.
She's like, you look a little down. Is there anything wrong?
I'm just concerned for this, but that's it. Just seeing you makes me much happier.
All
And,
right. So as you guys kind of like walk out to the field, she kind of keeps like sharing the story. She's like, "Huh? You don't have to worry about your memory."
what's the first thing you remember of me?
The first thing I remember, I remember you always getting me in trouble.
Well, that's my job.
But honestly, you were just always very dedicated. You knew since you were a little kid that you wanted to be a teacher. And I've been very proud of you.
As we talk about these things, how many are there any similarities or parallels for me and my actual
lot of
Thea?
parallels. There's like everything is very different, but also very similar. So you have a lot of experiences. So you kind of connect on some levels, like of things that remind you if you're like, almost reminds you of like your sister specifically, but you just kind of like get to hear some like these better versions. Like if there is the bad fairy tale and the good fairy tale, you live the bad fairy tale and you kind of get to hear what happened on the good side. And it's like the better parts of what happened and all of the hardships just kind of gone. It's just kind of nice to hear.
Yeah, I don't think that those all ring so true. I remember that. The thing that seems the most fuzzy for me is our parents for some reason. What do you remember growing up? What was it? What was it like for you and mom and dad? And what do you remember with me and them? Because that's the part that's fuzziest.
It was great. Mom and dad were always really supportive. Worked really hard. You know, they encouraged me to own the hotel. You to teach. I mean, who knows what would happened to me? I probably would end up like a barmaid or something if I hadn't had mom and dad around.
That's funny.
She just kind of like laughs. Like,
Can totally see you as a barmaid, though.
Hey, she's like, I could pull it off. She's like, I've just, we've been very fortunate in our lives. Wouldn't you say?
Very. It's almost like living another life. So
it's like, yeah, we should do this more often.
We should. It's been way too long since we caught up. I'm assuming that this is over the course of almost the 3 hours, just regaling and stuff.
You guys spend most of your time just spending as much time as you can.
I say during the course of this, it's like Theris just gets like just a constant smile on his face, just happier and happier, and just that warmth you feel inside, like holy crap, that the contrast between the life I grew up in and what this was, and just how awesome it is to hear that at least it happened. And as time approaches, when it's about done and I know I have to get back, I just want to, Thea, I love you so much. And I just give her like this big hug that's like almost on the point of like pain that you're hugging so hard.
Just wraps her arms around you.
And just sit there and hold her and hugging her. And then tears just start streaming down my face. And there's something that like snaps in Theris a little bit. And it's like these memories, they're everything to me. I can't lose these. I love you, and you will always be with me. And as he holds her tight and puts his like hand on the side of her head and just cradles her, and he reaches down and pulls a dagger out and slides it up between her rib cage and into her heart, and then sucks her soul out into him.
She just kind of like looks at you and just drops and falls.
I'm sorry, Thea. I love you, and you will always be with me.
You watch as your new gem forms as the life fades from your sister's face. And that's where we'll stop tonight.
And I just sit there, and the camera fades out on just Theris' face and tears streaming down in rivers.
Oh, no.
As it does, you also watch like this dark shadow start building up the left arm. But we'll pick up there next week.
Thanks for watching,
man.
folks. I'll catch you
Kinda ended on a bullseye.
Nice. We'll catch you
Night,
tomorrow night
everybody.
for some Grimdark action. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Night, everybody.